Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. Scrapbook.com's next SBC Fest is this September 12th, 2025, and I'm super excited to share that I'm one of the instructors. This is a free virtual event. You can watch it live and chat with the instructors, or you can watch the replay later. Some people love to watch live so they can chat along with the other crafters and instructors. Then later they'll go back and watch the replay so they can work on the project. My video today is all about homework, but don't worry, it's good homework. I won't be sharing any of the cards, but I will share measurements for pattern paper cardstock and also some of the pieces you can die cut out now. That way you're all ready to go when class starts. There is a class kit with some of the main products I'll be using. If you want to purchase the kit, I do have a link in the description box below. It's not required to have the same products. You can always pull from your stash. But if you want to use the same products that I'm using, Scrapbook.com always offers a great price for their SBC Fest class bundles. My class bundle includes 3 die sets and a paper pad. Here are the 2 main die sets we'll be using: Nested Stitched Gingerbread People. There's the dress and bow set and scarf and hat set. Both are super cute. They include 3 different sizes of the gingerbread people. You have the gingerbread woman and the gingerbread man. And you have the option of adding the scarf, the hat, and the bows. The other die set is a sentiment set. This is Happy Holidays 1. There are 2 sentiments included: Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas. It has the words and also the shadow outline piece. I love when sentiment die sets include that shadow piece. Helps the sentiment stand out against backgrounds. The pattern paper we'll be using is Gingerbread, the 6x8 size paper pad. This collection is also available in A2 size, but the 6x8 size is perfect for the larger gingerbread people dies. It's a super cute collection, perfect for Christmas cards. I love the mix of traditional and non-traditional colors. You can never go wrong with pink for Christmas cards. So there are the 4 items that are part of my class kit bundle. And here's a look at some additional products I'll be using. Scrapbook.com's Nested Circles shape dies. For cardstock colors, I have the neutrals and pinks smooth cardstock paper pads. Simon Hurley's Astro paste in the Frostbite color. Scrapbook.com's Pops of Color, the glitter snowflake color. Ink colors, Distress Oxide, Spun Sugar, Catherine Pooler's Gingerbread. If you like a little extra detail, helps to have a white gel pen. We'll also be doing a little bit of splatter using Scrapbook.com's white Lustre brush marker. Now on to tools that will be very useful. You'll want a blending brush. I'm using the small size from Scrapbook.com. Good pair of scissors. I have Scrapbook.com's titanium scissors. You'll want some type of embellishment wand and piercing tool. You can have both of those in one tool. Scrapbook.com's Craft Pro Pick tool. You'll want a good pair of reverse tweezers or any of your favorite tweezers. For adhesive, I'm using the Deluxe Adhesive Roller, and for liquid glue, I have the Artiste glue. Foam dimension, I'll be using the small and large foam squares in the 1mm thickness, and I'll also be using a little bit of the 1/2" mint tape to hold some dies in place. Other products I'll be using: a silicone mat. This is a cut down version of the 12x12 project grip mat. I'll also be using some of the detail blending brushes. Stack and sort trays are great to hold all those die cuts. And I have both the large and small size from Scrapbook.com. For die cutting, I'll be using one of the magnetic magic mats. And I'm not showing it, but you'll also need some type of die cutting machine and paper trimmer. I will be using a scoreboard to crease some of the card bases. This one is from Alta New. I like the longer size since you can do a wider variety of card base sizes. I'll also be using one sheet of a white pearlescent cardstock, and you'll also need some nice heavyweight white cardstock for your card bases. I have Nina Solar White cardstock. It's available at scrapbook.com, and this is a 110-pound weight paper. You'll need two A2 size card bases, and I have the fold at the short side at the top. If you prefer it on the side, that's fine. Both will work. You just need two A2 size card bases. The other card base will need a full sheet of the 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock, and you can go ahead and get this scored so you're ready to go. We're scoring it in half on the short side, so putting it in my scoring board. I'm using the bone folder and running it down at 5.5 inches. I'll tilt the paper so hopefully you can see that crease. Then I'll flip it over, line up the two ends. Then with the bone folder, I'll give that fold a nice firm press. That way it sits flat. So the finished card base size is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. This will be one of the card bases we use and also the two A2 size. So now if you grab your gingerbread paper pad, I'll show you the papers we'll need. 2 sheets of the solid brown, and this is the perfect color for our gingerbread people. You'll also need 1 sheet of the yellow wavy pattern, 1 sheet of the gingerbread people with red hearts, a solid red and a solid green, and these are all from the gingerbread pattern paper. I'll flip it over and you can see there's patterns on the back side. You'll also need some pink and brown cardstock. I'm using scrapbook.com's smooth cardstock paper pads, the pinks and the neutrals. From the pinks, you'll need 3 different shades. And you can pick whichever shades you want. There's a nice variety in this paper collection. The 3 shades I selected would be 3, 4, and 5. So if you start counting at the very front of the paper pad with 1, I selected number 3, 4, and 5. But again, you can use whichever shades you want. You can even change it up and use different colors. You'll also need a small piece of brown cardstock. I'm using scrapbook.com's Neutrals Smooth Cardstock Paper Pad, and the shade I'm using is the very last color. And you'll only need a small piece, so you could always pull a brown cardstock scrap from your stash. So I grabbed all the pattern paper and cardstock pieces that we'll be needing, not including the card bases. So the 1 sheet of white cardstock, 1 sheet of white pearlescent, 2 brown pattern paper, the yellow wavy, gingerbread people, the red solid pattern paper, dark green pattern paper, 3 different shades of pink cardstock, and 1 shade of a dark brown cardstock. Other than the white cardstock, all my pieces are 6 by 8 inches. To help you get ready for class, we'll go over all the different pieces you'll need for each card design. We'll be making 3 cards. I put all my pieces in scrapbook.com's stack and sort trays. Helps keep everything organized. And I do have a PDF. The link is in the description box. It shows which pieces and how many need to be cut from pattern paper and cardstock. So if you prefer a visual, you could always print that out to get your homework finished. And I'll also add the individual pictures from the PDF on my coordinating blog post. Lots of different options to help you get your homework done. So card 1, for the outline of the sentiment, we're using the medium shade pink. The sentiment, we're using the red pattern paper, and we're adding 2 of the smallest size gingerbread people. For the main pieces of card number 1, You'll need 3 circle die cuts. These are all 3.5 inches in diameter. You'll need 2 from white cardstock and 1 from white pearlescent cardstock. You'll need a small piece of the red pattern paper. It's 1/2 inch by 1 1/4 of an inch. You'll also need a small piece of the pink cardstock. This piece is 1/2 inch by 1 1/8 of an inch. And that pink color is the medium shade. From the dark brown cardstock, and this is the cardstock, not pattern paper, this piece is 3 inches by 1.5 inches. And for the circles, if you're using Scrapbook.com's nested circle die set, this circle is the 2nd largest size. So if you're counting out from the center, it's number 5. For the wavy pattern paper piece, this is 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 of an inch. This is for a vertical card, so you will want the wavy lines going horizontally. You'll also need a piece of white cardstock, A2 size, so 4 1/4 inches by 5.5 inches. This piece is optional. I like to have it for a little extra stability on the card. But if you're using a nice heavyweight cardstock for your card base, you could skip this A2 size white cardstock piece. And last, you'll need the A2 size card base. So that's everything for card design number 1. Then moving on to card design number 2, here are all the pieces. I have them in more stack and sort trays. We'll be using the medium-sized gingerbread man, and this is from the scarf and hat set. I use the brown pattern paper for the gingerbread cookie, the dark green pattern paper for the little squiggles, the red pattern paper for the hat and scarf, and black cardstock for the eyes and mouth. And I'll bring out the die set so you know which pieces I used. So it's the medium size, basically for everything. On the squiggles, the 2 smallest are 1 die, and then the larger 4 are individual. You'll want the 2 medium size for card design number 2. For the main background pieces of the card, you'll need 2 circle die cuts. Using Scrapbook.com's nested circles, this is the largest size. And this circle is about 4 inches in diameter. You'll need 1 circle from white cardstock and 1 circle from the lightest shade of pink cardstock. We'll need a strip of the yellow wavy pattern paper. This piece is 4 1/4 of an inch by 2 inches. This will be a vertical card, so you'll want those wavy lines going horizontally. From the gingerbread pattern paper, this piece is 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/8 of an inch. And you'll need an A2 size piece of red pattern paper. This is 4 1/4 of an inch by 5.5 inches. And you'll also need an A2 size card base. I have the fold at the top. From the same red pattern paper, you'll need a small piece, 1 7/8 of an inch by 1/2 inch. And for card design number 2, we'll be using one of the sentiments that's on the pattern paper. So this is the back side of the dark green solid. It's all the same sentiment, happy holidays, but there are lots of different colors to select. I'm using one of the brown shades. And I'll cut one out here with you using my Tonic Studios trimmer. There's not a lot of space between the different sentiment lines, but you are able to cut one out without getting extra parts of another sentiment. So I'll start with the bottom cut. I pulled out the paper and I could still see quite a bit of the sentiment underneath, so I'll trim it a little bit more. So on this strip, I could choose either the pink or the brown sentiment. I know some people may be surprised that I chose the brown sentiment instead of the pink. Between the happy holiday sentiments, there are some colored asterisk star pieces. You will want to trim those off. So in the end, you'll end up with just the happy holiday sentiment. So I'll toss that in my stack and sort tray with all the other pieces for card design number 2. Now moving on to card design number 3, there's not as many pieces for this card. You'll need the largest size gingerbread people from the dress and bow set, and cut this out from the brown pattern paper. For the hairline, the 2 squiggles, and the dress squiggle pieces, these are all from the darkest shade of pink, and they're the largest size from the dress and bow set. The 3 large pink circles, these are from the scarf and hat set. It's the largest size pom-pom, and I use the medium shade pink cardstock and also the medium shade pink cardstock for that large bow. I use white cardstock for the eyes and mouth. Use the largest size die on either set. And then the 2 small black circles, these are the smallest size eyes, and you could use either set since all of the eye and mouth pieces are the same size. This next step is completely optional. I'm using Simon Hurley's Astro paste in the Frostbite color, and this will add a little bit of sparkle and texture to the fluff on Santa's hat. You could also use white pearlescent cardstock or some white glitter cardstock. Since it does take a little bit of time for the Astro paste to dry, this is a great step to get done ahead of class. I have a piece of white cardstock. I'll scoop out some of the Astro paste, wipe it on the cardstock, and I'm smoothing it out with a palette knife. And once this dries, we'll be using it for the fluff on one of the Santa hats and also the pom-pom. So there's your homework assignment. Trust me, it's lots of fun and it'll save you time when class starts on September 12th, 2025. Here's another look at my SBC Fest kit, and I do have a link in the description box below. There's also an option to purchase the September 2025 SBC Fest Ultimate Instructor Bundle. It includes all 6 kits for SBC Fest. Scrapbook.com always offers their SBC Fest kits at an amazing price. I'm so excited for SBC Fest this September 12th, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.